Hello everyone and welcome to Ballet Univerze with me, Elita Zafirova, your host of the Ballet Experience. Today we will live stream via Zoom a 30-minute workshop with my dearest friend India Rose, who will teach me this amazing floor bar technique, the Kniaseff Floor Barre technique. So go ahead, check it out, try out with us, and of course then go ahead and book your own training. Good luck.
I've done my morning stretch.
Yeah.
I haven't done particular warm-up for this training. Do I need it normally or?
No, we just begin.
Okay, good, great.
Like the olden days. No, I'm joking, but what I mean to say is you just start. I mean, sometimes people start a little bit beforehand, or we start right away because we start in parallel. All right.
Good, great. So how do we start?
Okay, so we're going to start sitting. That's right. We're going to do 2 bends and 2 flex points in parallel, yeah? You can have the arms, of course, on your shoulders. You have them in third. I know it's third here, what's it? And yes, you can even interlace the fingers if you want to open the elbows, yeah? Even when you go on that, not like too much, but just to have it in the right alignment. And then we'll go on the back and we will do the same thing. And then I'll join you. You will see. I'll jump right into it. Make sure you're not sitting too far forward. You have to put, not a little bit forward, a little more. Yes, that's right. So you're not sitting on your hip joints, yeah? You are just a little bit. There we go. Just a little bit for today, yeah? Okay, sorry, it's first. Okay, so let's begin, yeah? I'll join with you. Don't make sure the knees are together, of course, yeah? And you bend the knees using your inner thighs. So if you don't bend the knees super high today, it's fine, yeah? So let's begin. And. Here we go. Here we go. And bend. 2 stretch. And bend. Slowly and flex. Demi-point. Demi-point. And bend. 2 stretch like a massage. That's right, Elita. Good. And flex. Demi-point. Demi-point. And bend. Bring the legs towards you with the lower abs. And flex. Demi-point. Try to have the heels off the ground just a little bit. And bend. Just a little bit. There we go. Lengthen through the knees. And flex. Demi-point. There we go. Let's try with the arms. And first. 5th. Open to 2nd. And first. 5th. Open to 2nd. So 2 bends. We do the arms as well. And bend. Stretch. Open to 2nd. And flex. Point. Demi-point. And bend. One last time. And now we're going to go onto the back. I want your hands in 5th above the head. So hands on the floor. And flex. Watch your toes. Elbows to the floor. Ribs open stomach. Bend. There we go. There we go. And flex. Demi-point. And bend. And bend. That's right. That's right. Wrap under the back. Flex. Keep the ankles and the feet together. And bend. Good. Bend. That's right. And flex. Point. And bend. There we go. Wrap under the butt. Keep going. Bend. To stretch. And flex. Demi-point. If you want to see something. Flex. Demi-point. And pull up stomach. Good. Wrap under the butt. Ribs wide. Stomach in. Wider ribs. Elbows on the floor. There we go. Yes. Make the neck relaxed. And bend. To stretch. Good. Bend. Try not to lock the knees. Slowly go through the knees. There we go. Almost there. And bend. To stretch. Good. That's right. And flex. And we continue. Good. There we go. Continue. After this, we're going to go up to 90 degrees and we'll do the same thing. And bend. To stretch. Bend. To stretch. There we go. Flex. Point. Make sure that its shins go towards you so you can even grab the back of the legs. Grab the back of the legs and flex. Point. Demi-point. And bend. Grab the back of the legs. Make sure that the shins go towards you. Release the back. Lower back on the floor. That's right. And bend. Lengthen out. Lengthen out. You can let go. So it's your job to make sure the shins go towards your forehead, elbows back, and back, towards you. Towards you. And semi-point. It's hard for the feet. Almost there. And bend. There we go. There we go. And flex. Make sure the shins go towards you. Yeah? So bend, shins go towards you. Towards you. And flex. Semi-point, point. Semi-point, point. And relax. Put your knees into your chest. So simple.
This whole part very hardly working.
Yeah, oh yeah, it's good. Yeah, it's actually supposed to, so if you go, it's supposed to release the back.
Yeah, the back felt released and I felt like I'm really working with my
when the blood goes away from the feet, you're like, yeah. Good, how did you feel?
I feel very, I'm already sweating so much.
Good. So it's simple, but obviously there's a lot of small things to think about, and I like that there is a lot of repetition. Yeah? So you just keep going, yeah?
It makes sense because with every time I repeat the movement and I feel, oh, okay, I understand the sense of it, let me do it better. And then, oh, okay, I feel that I can do it more. And then it actually gives the opportunity to get it right.
You kind of like swimming. So now we're going to do the same thing on the stomach, but I want you to lift your knees off the ground, yeah? So when you go on the stomach, it's the tradition that we get this, make the students show. First off, most important is you don't have the hands here because it's a little bit relaxed. You have the hands at the level, the wrist is at the level of the shoulder, yeah? This is long, like as they say in school, the little apple under the armpit, yeah? Yes, there you go. You want a wide base, yeah? Wide base, yeah? That's good. You pull out the neck so that a little bit, almost like the nose is 1 millimeter off the ground. So you really lengthen the neck. It's quite good for the neck, yeah? And for example, you were to, let's say, bend the knees, but not more than 90 degrees. You bend the knees. Yes, there, stretch. That's right, bend. Stretch. Now try to see how we do the flex point. Flex, up. Yes, but you lift the legs a little off the ground. Flex and lift the legs a little bit up. There you go, and point, and you put them on the ground. That's right. And you put the feet on the ground each time. That's right. Now I want you, when you bend, now to lift the legs a little bit off the ground. The knees, just this much. When you bend and lift the knees off the ground. Bend and lift knees together, and lower, feet down, like that. Bend and lift. Yes, like that. Now put the legs down, and then flex. Lift the legs up in the flex, and put the feet down on the flex. Up. And you put the feet down on the point. Yeah. Yeah, like that. Yeah. So let's do it.
Okay, great.
Now that you have the idea. Yeah. Wiggle. Shake it out. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. My favorite. And bend. To stretch. And bend. To stretch. And flex. Demi-point, point. Demi-point. And bend. And bend. And flex. Demi-point, point. Right under the button. And bend. And bend. Knees together. That's right. Knees together. There we go. And even tempo. Like a marathon. You're doing a classical variation, a coda like this, and then to stretch. There we go. And semi-point, semi-point, and bend. Knees together, lengthen the neck, pull up the stomach, and we continue. And bend, to stretch, and bend, to stretch, and flex. Demi-point, lengthen out of here. The popo, and keep the knees straight and the heels together, the toes together. Good flex, and continue, and back. Feet on the ground each time, and flex, keep going. And if you want, you can lengthen the arms out. With the elbows off like this, it helps flex. Pulling, here we go. And back. And back. And flex. Demi-point, bend, knees together. Keep the knees together, right? And flex, lengthen the neck. Yeah. And bend. Just stretch. And bend. And steady point. And we continue. And bend, almost there. And bend. Not more than 90 degrees. Flex. Even. 45 degrees, yeah? And bend. And bend. Almost there. And flex. And flex. And continue. Hips are long. Last one. And flex. And finish. Yeah.
Wow.
You feel it in the inside of the leg. Yeah. And that's the first exercise of floor bar.
Oh, I can feel it. Coming next.
Yeah, feel it in the inner thighs, right?
Yeah, I feel it in the whole. So right from the lower part of my knee all the way up, and all the way from my calves all the way up to my groin and the base.
Yeah.
The lifting of my hamstrings.
Yeah.
Really intense.
Yeah, and it's, I love it because this exercise, especially the first exercise on the stomach, it's so simple.
It is simple, but it requires a lot of detailed control.
Yeah.
I love that it's in parallel and doesn't make you already start, with the turnout and push the pelvis out, and that is actually aligning you first into the very natural position, like into the parallel position.
Yeah.
And activates the muscles there, which is nice.
Yeah.
From scientific point of view, of course. Okay.
Yeah, no, it's great. And so now we're going to do the same thing in turned out. Plie, stretch, flex point, Very simple. Sitting, lying down. We'll take a break, and then we go on the stomach.
Okay. And how do we sit into, like before, like this?
Yes, like this in turned out, in first position.
Okay.
And for example, if you're to plie, just a little bit. But now you see the muscles, they have the right memory of how to turn out, because we warmed up all the muscles you need to turn out. And now the idea is not so much, oh my God, I have to turn out, but the idea is that I just put the legs profile. And it's the same story, but profile.
Okay.
Yeah? So tell yourself it's the same exact thing, but the knees are profile. That's it. Yes. And here we work just the same thing as, it's not so much about bending the knee, but wrapping the leg. So the idea is that you turn out the leg so that the knee bends. So it's not the knees very high. The idea is just to rotate the feet. Yes, that's right. The knees can be side. Yes, the knees can be side. But also, more importantly, if you go on the back, for example, if you go in the back, lie on your back for 1 second. This we will really see it, the difference. On your back. Sorry, on your back. Here, yeah. If you lie on your back. Now I want you have the arms in fifth, with the elbows on the floor. There we go. Yes, elbows on the floor, ribs wide, stomach in. I want you now here, plie, but really wrap the legs. Yes, here. But now what I prefer is actually the heels need to be more up to the ceiling. Yes. That's a better position, healthier position. Yeah?
Okay.
To hold your ankle. This is the position. Yeah?
Yeah.
And from there you keep, yes, not like that. Okay. Of course, if your knees are to the side, they'll be the side. We don't want you to be more turned in than you naturally are. But the idea is not to push the knees to the side, but that the leg is wrapped in a spiral, and the heel is the little touch, the last touch right at the seat. There, like this is really nice. You see the difference, even aesthetically, it's better. Yeah? And from there, you keep the heels up as you close. Yeah? The idea is to close. There you go. And you fight at the bottom. There you go. You want the calves to kiss at the end. Yeah?
Just one question.
Yeah.
So I do the plie, and I have my glutes active.
Yes.
I'm holding my legs in a turnout.
Yeah.
And when I go down, and I'm at the very end point.
Yes.
do I use my glutes still, or do I just use my hamstrings to pull the inner thighs, the legs together?
You still use your glutes, yeah.
Then my hips are like lifted slightly off the floor.
It's okay if the hips are a little bit off the floor, yeah? Actually, what you can even do is you can have the heels off the floor. Lift the heels a little bit.
Yeah, because then I feel a difference in the work of my lower back as well. So I just want to know how I should feel.
Well, the thing is, the most important thing, of course, we cannot cut off our glutes, right? But the most important thing is that you from here, the most important thing even for me with my sway back, from here, I wrap. It's not so much that you're activating the glutes, but it's more like a wrap. Yeah? So from here, you're wrapping under the butt. Yeah? So from here, it's more under here, under here, under here, under here, under here. And of course, the position of the back will change. Yeah? If you want to keep the back connected, of course, you can lift the legs a little bit off the floor, but it's quite intense. And you flex and point from there. If you want the back, if you don't want the back to be disturbed, but you'll feel it in the low abs and not the hip flexors, yeah? Do you feel this difference? But it's okay if the lower back changes its position slightly, yeah? It doesn't need to be, it's not so much about tucking the pelvis, but it's that the pelvis is advancing kind of like forward.
Okay.
The idea that the pelvis goes forward, not tucked, but forward, yeah? Okay. But you will see it with the repetitions. Your body, if you know the right way to do it, if you know in your head, the body will find the right placement, yeah? But definitely the glutes cannot be relaxed here, yeah? Yeah. Okay, let's start sitting up. Here we go. And here we go. So you will see how slow we will do it. Here we go. And here we go. And bend. 2 stretch, very slow. And bend. 2 stretch, that's right. And flex. Demi-point. Make sure you feel the pinky toes, Elitza, flex. Demi-point. Yeah, feel the pinky toes. And heels up. That's right. 2 stretch. And heels up. 2 stretch. And flex. Demi-point. Use the back of the feet, the pinky toes, and flex. Use the back of the feet and the pinky toes. We'll do the arms. And first, come up to 5th. And bend. Open to 2nd. And flex. Demi-point, point. There we go. And flex. Now let's do it a little bit faster. And bend. To stretch. Bend. To stretch. And flex. Point. Flex. There we go. And flex. Demi-point. There we go. And bend. Try Elitza to go with the pinky toes a little bit. Instead of to stress this part out, try a little bit from here with the back of the feet. And bend. To stretch. Bend. To stretch. And flex. There we go. Back of the feet. There we go. Back of the feet. Work the back of the feet. And bend. This muscle to get it strong. Bend. One last time. And flex. Then we're going to move on to the back. And here we go. And heels up. It's the heel up. And let's go on the back. 5, 6, 7, and bend. Heels up. Very small position. And flex. Point. Should be right under the glutes actually. Yes. And bend. And bend. Here we go. And flex. Point. There we go. Keep going. And bend. And bend. Keep wrapping. And flex. Ribs wide. Pull up the feet. There we go. And bend. Good. Smaller position, Elitza. Smaller. Smaller plie. Flex. Demi-point. Point. Small plie. Like a diamond. Half a plie. And to stretch already. There we go. Very small plie. There we go. Very small plie. And flex. That's right. Use the back of the feet. small plie. Yes, that's it. Don't have to go all the way up at the top and sit there. Has to be a mini plie, yeah? For the plie for your glissade or something, and very small plie, practical plie, very small. Very small. There we go. And flex, that's right. Almost there. Good. And very small plie. Good. Now let's go up to 90 degrees. Surprise. And 5, 6, 7, 8, and bend. Now I want you not to move the knees here. There we go. Very small. And flex. Only the knee releases. So from here, knee to the side. Very small. Knee to the side. And see how I try to resist to move this, and I resist to move this. Just the knees go to the side. And side. And side. There we go. And flex. Then we're going point. And just release the knee. And release the knee. And finish there. And there we go. Good. Oh, what was your... Well, sorry, there was the traffic. Oh my gosh. What was your impressions?
It was... so I feel the whole front or anterior part of my legs working together with the control my pelvis, so it was always needed to be adjusted in order to keep like the amplitude or the angle of knee flexion. And it was very challenging to keep the entire wrapping all the time because I got very tired.
Yeah.
It's still very small movement, but it takes a lot of energy to be performed precisely. So I felt that, okay, my muscles like are giving up and I have to keep going.
like a ballet solo.
Yeah, it did. Entirely.
I think like we said in the podcast, I told you in the podcast that it really helped for my stamina.
I can now experience.
Now you understand why, yeah. But here, let's go back one thing I wanted to correct. On the back, 2 things. On the back, you were playing too much a little bit, actually.
Yeah, after the 3rd time you told me, I was so concentrated on, regulating.
Yeah.
Then I got it. Okay, it makes total sense, like keeping it small and still with so much control.
Because that's where you use, when we dance, honestly, that's, our plie is a lot less than we think it is, And also, we know when something's going to go wrong in a step from the beginning. We know when the pirouette is off from the start of the plie, not from the depth of the plie. Right when we bend the knees, it's not going to work. And so we work on that part. Or right before you take off from a jump, this is where we can get injured. It's more the takeoff or the shallow part of the plie that we can figure. There can be a lot of bad habits, this beginning and the very ending, yeah? So we work on more this part. Of course, we can go up there, but once you have it on the right track, then to have a deep plie, it's fine. You just bend it more. But it's that beginning and that very ending where the issues arise, yeah? So we pinpoint it there, yeah? And to work on it, kind of like a spring, yeah? It's kind of like an ocean tide, bend to stretch, yeah? Yeah. So let's do the same thing on the stomach.
All right.
We'll finish with this one, yeah. And very small plie. I would like you even to think of, do not press your knees into the ground. The knees should be, the thighs, if you think of these are the thighs, right here, this is one thigh, this is the other thigh. They're so rotated that the points of your knees are not pointing into the ground. They're I wouldn't say they're lifted off the air like a specific lift, but it's levitating off the ground. Not too much, but it's not sitting in the ground, the thighs. Yes, there. A little less.
I can see that. My feet don't go all the way down, but I understand what you mean.
Yeah,
my kneecaps are not
there.
Touching. They're off.
Yes. A little bit, yes.
Yes,
because you have to hold it from the butt. Actually, it's very funny when people start the floor bar, sometimes they're like, oh, I have a bruise on me. Even I had blisters. It's because my thighs, the back up underneath my hamstring, underneath my butt, it was not strong enough to rotate the legs profile enough to not have the tension on the knee. But after a week, it goes away because you get so strong so quickly that you end up knowing how to hold under your butt, your legs, which is good for standing up too. Yeah? Okay, let's go. A little bit. Again, baby plie, baby plie. Plie for your I would say pirouette from fifth. Plie for your entre chassis. It's not going to be like the grand plie for something, you know? Here we go, and. Oh, here we go, and bend. Two stretch, and bend. It's a little bit faster. Two stretch. See, I'm on the carpet, so I have to lift my thighs off the ground a little bit too. Flex, and bend. So I'm very small. See how I'm very small? Bend. Two stretch, and flex. Demi point. There we go. There we go. And bend. Two stretch. Bend. Two stretch. That's right. And flex. There we go. Flex. Two. And bend. Two stretch. Bend. So you feel that spring right under the butt. Flex. 2 point. There we go. And bend. Two stretch. Bend. Two stretch. And semi point. There we go. And bend right under the butt. You turn right under the butt. There we go. And point, flex, semi point, and bend. Good. That's right. Go through the legs and flex. Try not to bang the knee stretch. Go through, like under the floor, and bend. To wrap, to stretch. Good. That's different. Softly, softly. The calf kiss. Flex, semi point. That's right. Try to flex the feet all the way in the first position. Yeah. From there, I know the feet. And flex. There. That's it. Under the butt. And but a little bit. Arms are too close. Open the arms. Wide base. Wide. There we go. Use your wide back. There we go. And bend. Good. That's right. I'll join you. And flex. Then we point. Here we go. And bend. Two stretch. Bend. Two stretch. And flex. Semi-point. Flex. Semi-point. And bend. Two stretch. Feel the abs, how they pull you up here. Feel the lower stomach. Yeah? And flex. Semi-point. And bend. And bend. Almost there. And flex. Semi-point. There we go. Keep pushing the legs up. And bend. And bend. Think of the calves kissing. And flex. Semi-point. There we go. One last time. Bend. Good. That's right. And finish there. And close. Good. Yeah. Those are the two most basic exercises. Simplest ones.
Say this again for me.
Simple, right? So what I want is a little. What did you say?
To repeat what you just said.
Oh, that is the two most basic exercises. But we start off strong, yeah? But I feel like as a teacher, I mean, I know from my experience of taking the class, but you know, in the online world, I meet so many people from all over the world, and they come into the Zoom room, and you're like, okay. And of course, I always tell people, I always feel when I give the exercise to remind you, we began and bend and stretch and bend and stretch, and I'm wondering like, what the heck is this, you know? But by the time we get even 15 minutes along, I think they didn't know what they signed up for in terms of perhaps it's harder than they think. But at first, when I begin, I'm worried that they think it will be too silly. Yeah. But we get it warmed up, bend and stretch, get the articulation going, get the blood flowing, and then we do something. Yeah. I want to do one last thing.
Okay.
Just a teaser. So usually these are the first two exercises, and then we have a third one, and we have a fourth one, and then we do usually we do abs, adage, grand battement, back twist, something to get the back twist and flexible, beats, and maybe a stretch at the end. So it's a very, can you imagine this type of class? It's a very solid, huh?
It sounds like so much because we already did just few exercises and I feel like all of my muscles everywhere are just so already active and like tensed, and I'm like, whoa, you guys
tonic, yeah, like tonic, ready to take the day. Yeah. I love it's a wonderful warm-up for ballet class. I mean, sometimes it's intense, but also I do like it after rehearsals.
Oh, okay.
To do, because it's a way to do it in a massage way. Yeah. So for example, we will see in the video the way I was doing this exercise here was I went like this. I went bend to stretch, bend to stretch, and flat. See, you can do it in a slow way, but it's also just as hard. Yeah, and you can kind of like you're pulling up the pants. Yeah, trying to do the massage. Yeah, with the muscles. Yeah, it still gets a sweat. So I just want to do as
kind of putting your body back into where it belongs after having to do a long day of rehearsal or maybe performance, just to like put it back into, okay, here you belong there, you belong there, you belong there. I'm gonna maintain you, take care of you, and put you back to place, so that you're kind of finishing or wrapping up the day with a good instrument.
Yeah, and also it's really good to get the blood going, the blood flowing, and so you don't have the stagnant energy, stale, like after the rehearsal. Even sometimes stretching is, I would say, it's like a cool down, it's not enough to stretch. You want the blood to flow, and I want to say, I'm not a doctor, but rejuvenate. So sometimes to do even the simple exercise like this and some stretch, it repairs everything, And if there's any sort of imbalance, I find this puts you back into balance, Whatever is overcompensated on one side will be repaired, and whatever it was a little bit getting weakened will be strengthened, So, because it's quite symmetrical. So let's do fun abdos exercise. I think I have the music pulled up from my class. Yes.
Okay.
I have it here. What we were speaking about, how you like the turn, the way we use the turn in as well. This is a lot of the ab exercises here. We use turn in and turn out to articulate. Yeah. So for example, excuse me, if you see like a ballet Carmen or something, they go in out in many choreography. It's inspired from this floor bar. Okay. Like Carmen was inspired by this Roland Petit's Carmen. It was point blank. He said it himself. It was inspired from this class. He wanted to do something choreographic to the, I don't know how to explain it, but he wanted to do like an homage to this floor bar class and put its own little essence. And if you look at his ballet Carmen, which is playing right now in Paris, little hints of this class. Yeah, which is cool. So in light of that, we're going to do just one fun challenge, and then we'll see if people like it. So we go from here. We go in, turn out, one time. Second time, turn in, turn out. Third time, turn in, turn out. Fourth time, turn in, tabletop. You're going to twist to the side, 1, 2. Yeah. You're going to open this leg, 3, 4. So I'm in this our ballet, like in the second exercise. I'm going to lift the heels up. I'm not going to lift the thighs. I'm going to go up into a pike. 5, 6. There we go. With the legs together. 7, 8. So what I love about this is always, and you make sure you hold the popo at the end. I love how there's always something a little bit syncopated with the exercises. So we go in, out, 5, 6, 7 in parallel. That's right, 7 in parallel, Lisa. Bend 8. Now twist 1, 2 to the side. Other side now. Open the leg, 3, 4. That's right. Now you're going to lift in a pike with the heels together. 5, 6, up. 7 and 8. In one beat, you come down. Yes, you got it. Let's try. Let's try, yeah? Just 4 times. Usually it can be 8 to 16 times, so let's do 4 times, okay? Here we go. Ready. The music, here we go. 7, 8. In, out, 5, 6, 7, bend, twist, open, second, hop, and lower. In, out, 5, 6, 7, parallel, twist, open to second, hop. Now arms and in, out, bend, and twist. Open second, try the arms, and up, and in, out, 5, 6, 7, bend, and twist. Open to second, and hop, and finish. Good, we'll finish that. They're fun stuff like that.
I wasn't strong enough to pull my lower back up enough, so
maybe lower the legs, not so big of a plie. Think heels up, think instead of pike, you want to think from here, that the heels come up. And if you lift the heels up and not so much the thighs, you will engage the lower stomach immediately. So you think chest up, so from here you go, like that. Yes, you feel that a little bit.
Yes.
And hop, chest up. Lower the hands, and push. Yes, that's it. That's the spirit. Yes. Yeah, it's funny. Yeah, it's a good exercise. It's a fun one.
It's very good exercise to get yourself together for a very short amount of time. So it's kind of developing this compactness, especially for the psoas muscles and the abdominal wall and the hip flexors.
Yeah. So yeah, well, thank you. That's a little teaser of the floor bar, but I think anyone who tries it will have enough to work with. Food for thought. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. This is a great pre-taste, I must say, for everyone who didn't know what it is like to do Kniaseff Floor Barre technique and to get a little glimpse of the very basic start and how simple and small, very precise it is. And then it will kind of really fun playing with the tempo and the rhythm and the music and then the dynamics of the
that's the word. It's the Kniaseff, it plays with the different dynamics, and which is coordination for dance. So that when you stand up to dance in your body, you are used to being agile and dexterous.
Yes,
so using your body, not throwing your body around. Yeah.
Yes, and then you can be very easily adaptable to the different tempos and the syncopation too, just as we did here in the last sequence, which I, by the way, for many years tried out with, being compact enough to adapt to the quick tempos and be well organized with all of my limbs and here and there and being a little bit slow, but this training really would have helped me tremendously if I knew of it on time.
Well, at the time it was only in Paris and you could only speak French, so now it's a little easier to access this training, right?
Yes, so now I have you're my perfect source for this technique, not in French, in English. Okay, so everyone who wants to try out this amazing floor bar technique, the Kniaseff Floor Barre technique, can find you at where?
India Instagram, it's India M Rose. Yeah, India Rose, and it says like Paris Bar. Try to keep it that way. I don't bar sculpt, but I just put bar because I figured it's a keyword. Paris Bar, India Rose, Paris Bar. Like that's it. And you'll find.
Okay, guys. So everyone who wants to try floor bar, go ahead and find India on Instagram, India and Rose. DM her, find the email button, whatever she has in there for the contact, and try it out because it's injury prevention. One thing, it's developing skills for depending on what type of body you have, you develop the skills that you lack, so that you can be adaptable enough on stage and studio to perform at your best.
Yeah.
Thank you, India. It was
Thank you for having me. Yeah, it was fun.
My body feels you right now. It screams at you.
Well, it's gonna be cool when you go and do some ballet exercises afterwards. It's gonna be like, what?
Gonna be, whoa,
Yeah, we'll feel like that for sure. Yeah.
Nice.
Great.
Position. Oh, okay, it was a pleasure. Thank you one more time, and see you next time. Beautiful.
See you next time. Okay. Bye.
Okay, everyone, this was the Kniaseff Floor Barre training with my dearest friend, the expert mentor in this type of floor bar training, India Rose. And it was an absolute pleasure for me to try it for first time in my life. Yes, better late than never. I wish I was introduced to this type of training as I was a student, a dance student in the vocational dance school. Or at least later on at some point of my career. Unfortunately, I wasn't. So this was the first time I experienced this type of training. I'm telling you, my body feels it. It was quite hard in the beginning. I felt I was struggling with my body, with really resisting the tension into the certain angles which I had to keep. Although the beginning is simple, it's yet very precise. That makes it hard. The third combination we did was very fun. It was challenging, and altogether the three, because we did only 3 little combinations, I felt okay, I'm weak in this spots. I need to work on them to make them stronger and part of my strengths. So if you would like to experience a full training of the Kniaseff Floor Barre technique, this was a little teaser for all of you who are interested to improve their ballet technique without having to put too much stress with weight, with their own weight or extra weight or whatsoever on their bodies, because it's finding place down to the ground. I recommend that you have a tiny little something to protect your pelvis bones, and to wear socks. I experienced the floor, it was slippery, but still there was quite a lot of resistance on my skin. So go ahead, book a training with India, prepare yourself mentally that you're gonna have to have lots of patience, and just benefit from it. I strongly encourage you, and yeah, I'm recommending it, so go ahead and try.